Chosen one. This is no coincidence. The message you are receiving is coming at a time when the very fabric of your reality is about to shift. The divine timing of this moment is urgent, and its significance cannot be overstated. What you are about to experience is not just a passing phase, nor is it something that can be delayed. The world around you may seem unsettled, and you may feel a deep stirring within your soul. That stirring is the beginning of the new season that God has prepared for you. You have entered a time when the doors of destiny are opening wide, and everything you've endured up until now is aligning for the manifestation of what you've been waiting for. You have journeyed through a long season of waiting, confusion, and trials. You may have questioned why things didn't unfold the way you expected. You may have wondered if your prayers went unanswered or if your faith had been misplaced. But let me tell you this, nothing has been wasted.
Every struggle, every season of silence, every delay, it was all part of the divine plan. What seemed like obstacles were in fact the building blocks of the powerful purpose you are about to step into. God's timing is perfect, and the season of preparation is now transitioning into a season of action and revelation. The divine unveiling is happening now. That which has been concealed, hidden in the spiritual realms, is about to be revealed to you and to those around you. For a long time, you may have felt invisible, as if your efforts were unseen or your identity misunderstood. But the truth is, you were never hidden from God. What has been shaped and cultivated in the silence is now ready to be seen. This unveiling is not just about you. It will impact the people around you and even the world. You have been prepared for a divine purpose that is larger than yourself. And now, in this moment, the fullness of that purpose is about to come into view. It's as if the veil between you and your destiny is thinning, and you are stepping forward into the light that has always been waiting for you. The struggles you faced, the seasons of confusion, the moments of doubt, the delays that seemed never ending, were not in vain. They were the furnace in which your spiritual strength was refined. Like gold purified through fire, your character, your faith, and your resilience have been tested and strengthened. What may have felt like setbacks were actually divine setups for the breakthrough that is now upon you. Your past struggles are not burdens. They are the very foundation of your future success. You are about to step into the fullness of your calling, and the trials you endured have prepared you to carry the weight of that calling with grace and power. Everything you've gone through has been for this very moment. The confusion you once felt was merely the precursor to the clarity that is now unfolding.
The waiting you endured was not wasted time. It was divine training, setting you up for the abundant life and purpose that is now ready to be revealed. Your journey was never about suffering for the sake of suffering. It was about building the strength, wisdom, and resilience needed for the assignment God has for you. Now that you are stepping into your divine purpose, you will see how everything, even the pain, was part of the preparation. God has shaped you through each struggle to equip you for what is about to unfold. This moment is not just the culmination of your past struggles, but the beginning of something extraordinary. What was once hidden is now coming to light, and you are being called to step forward into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The world will soon see you as you truly are, not as the person they once misunderstood, but as the chosen one who has been molded and refined for such a time as this.
You are stepping into a season of divine favor, divine revelation, and divine purpose. Everything that was once concealed will now be revealed, not only for your benefit, but for the glory of God's plan unfolding in your life. The timing of this moment is crucial, and you must recognize the urgency of what is happening. The doors to your destiny are opening, and you must walk through them without hesitation. Everything you've been through, every season of waiting and preparation has led to this exact moment. Now is the time to step forward. You are being called to embrace the divine unveiling that is taking place in your life. The world around you may be in turmoil, but for you, this is the moment when everything will shift. You are stepping into the fullness of your purpose, and nothing can stop the plan that God has for you.
As you walk forward into this new season, remember that everything you have experienced has been part of the divine preparation.
You are not the same person who entered this journey. You are now stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the divine purpose that is unfolding in your life. The struggles you faced were not signs of defeat. They were the tools that refined and shaped you for the role you are about to step into. The confusion you once felt was the necessary preparation for the clarity that is now coming into your life. And the waiting, the seemingly endless waiting, was not wasted time. It was the period of alignment, where God was orchestrating everything in your life to position you perfectly for this moment. Now, as the unveiling begins, you are stepping into your true identity. The world will begin to see you for who you truly are, a vessel prepared for a great purpose, carrying divine favor and authority. This is the season of revelation. This is the season where God's plan for your life comes into full alignment, and you begin to walk in the fullness of your destiny. Your past struggles are not something to be ashamed of. They are your testimony. The challenges you faced have qualified you for the position you are about to take in the kingdom of God. And now you are ready to rise, to lead, and to fulfill the purpose that has been placed on your life from the beginning of time. The divine timing of this moment is not to be taken lightly. You have been called for such a time as this. This is the moment of your activation. Everything that has been hidden, everything that has been held back, is now ready to be revealed. The season of waiting is over, and the season of stepping into divine purpose is here. The time is now. You are not just stepping forward, you are rising into your divine calling with clarity, strength, and authority. What was once unseen is now being revealed, and you are stepping into the fullness of your divine destiny. Trust the timing, trust the process, and step boldly into the divine unveiling that has been set before you. The moment has come. For years, you may have felt the weight of unseen struggles, challenges, and attacks in your life, but you may not have fully understood the depth of the protection surrounding you. God's hand has been over you all along, protecting you from dangers you didn't even know existed. While you faced trials and obstacles, many of which seemed insurmountable, God was quietly positioning you for something greater. His divine shield has been active, preventing harm from touching you and ensuring that nothing could truly defeat you. Though you may not have always seen it, God's protection has been moving in the background, shielding you from spiritual attacks, harmful influences, and obstacles meant to break your spirit. As the enemy tried to attack, confuse, and destroy, God's defense mechanism was at work, holding you together even in moments when it felt like you were falling apart. Now, that protection is becoming visible. The trials you once faced are now being reflected back to their source, and the true power of God's covering is becoming evident. This is the moment when you realize just how much God has been actively guarding you all along, preparing you to step into the divine purpose He has been cultivating for you. The protection you have received is not just a passive force. It is an active, powerful defense that has been intricately woven into every aspect of your life. You may have faced moments of intense confusion, frustration, or pain, yet you never truly understood the magnitude of the unseen shield that God has placed around you. It wasn't just about keeping you safe from physical harm. It was about keeping you safe spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. As you walk through battles, whether internal or external, God's hand was actively guiding and shielding you from forces that sought to disrupt your purpose. In the moments when the enemy tried to overwhelm you, to discourage you, or even to break you down, God's protection was there. Each attack meant to destroy you was turned into a stepping stone, strengthening your resilience and resolve. What seemed like setbacks in your life, those moments when things fell apart or when everything felt like it was spiraling out of control, were part of a divine process, carefully orchestrated by God to bring you to the point you are at now. There were times when you may have felt abandoned or lost, when the challenges seemed endless, and yet God was silently at work. He was fortifying you with strength you didn't even realize you had. You may not have seen it then, But the divine protection was always there, holding you together in ways that allowed you to keep moving forward, even when it felt impossible.
This is the essence of God's shield. It is not always visible to the human eye, but it is always present, active, and functioning to keep you on the path He has designed for you. Now, as you reflect on your journey, you begin to see the profound truth. God's protection has been visible all along. The challenges you thought were meant to break you were actually moments that built you, prepared you, and strengthened your spirit for the next phase of your journey. The struggles you thought were meaningless have been the very means by which God was shaping you for greatness. As you move forward into this new season, you will begin to notice how much your life has been divinely orchestrated. The trials, the challenges, and the setbacks you faced are now revealed to be part of the greater divine plan that has been unfolding behind the scenes. What once felt like punishment or confusion is now revealed as the shaping of your divine destiny. Everything has been preparing you for this very moment, for the purpose you are about to step into with divine clarity, confidence, and power. The moment has come for you to realize just how deeply protected you have been. Every step, every challenge, every victory has been woven into God's master plan for you. As you continue to walk in alignment with His will, you will feel that protection growing stronger and more evident in your life. The trials you face will still come, but now you will recognize that God's protection is not passive. It is an active force, a force that will turn every attack against you back on its source and shield you from harm. This season is one where you will begin to see that the protection surrounding you is stronger than ever. What once felt like opposition will now become the very thing that propels you forward. The enemies that tried to undermine you, the people who doubted you, the circumstances that made you question your path, all of these will now reflect back the consequences of their actions. God is now revealing His hand in a way that makes it evident that He has been guarding you all along. You have reached a place where spiritual protection becomes visible, where you can no longer deny the divine shield that has been around you, guiding you, and directing your steps. This is the moment when you will step forward with clarity and confidence, knowing that you have been prepared and protected for what is coming next. God has always been with you, even in the moments when it felt like you were walking alone. As you continue on your journey, take a moment to reflect on the times when you felt most vulnerable, when you were uncertain of your next step, and realize that God's hand was there. That unseen protection you didn't recognize then is now becoming clear to you. You are about to walk into the fullness of your purpose, and nothing can stop you now. The forces of heaven that have been working on your behalf are now fully activated. Every spiritual attack sent your way is now being reflected back to its source, and you are walking in the confidence of knowing that you are divinely protected. Your enemies will witness the power of God's protection, and they will see the strength that has been built within you through every trial you faced. You have been refined, and now you are being released into a new season, one where you will walk in divine authority, knowing that God has your back. The shield that once protected you in the background is now visible to the world. As you step forward, know that nothing can touch you. Every challenge you face will only serve to elevate you higher, and you will walk with the strength and clarity that comes from knowing you are operating under divine protection. Your path is clear, your mission is evident, and the protection of the Most High is all around you. You are stepping into the fullness of your divine calling, and nothing in this world can stand in your way. In this time of divine elevation, the archangels have been assigned to you. Their involvement in your life goes beyond mere protection. It is about guidance, empowerment, and ensuring that you walk with heavenly authority in the assignments God has set before you. The 7 archangels, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, and others, are now actively involved in every aspect of your journey. They are not passive beings watching from afar. They are working on your behalf, ensuring that every attack made against you is neutralized before it even reaches you. Archangel Michael, the warrior angel, is on the front lines, defending your energy field from spiritual attacks. Raphael, the angel of healing, is healing your emotional, physical, and spiritual wounds, restoring you where you felt broken. Gabriel, the messenger angel, is bringing clarity to your purpose and helping you discern divine guidance. Uriel, the angel of wisdom, is teaching you to see beyond the surface, providing divine insight that helps you avoid pitfalls and make decisions that align with your divine calling. These archangels are not just observing your life, they are actively shaping it, preparing you for the purpose God has set before you. The divine intervention they provide is not just protection, but a guiding hand, ensuring that you are fully equipped to step into your destiny. Every attack that was aimed at you will now be reflected back to its source. The strategies meant to harm you, the lies meant to tear you down, and the people meant to sabotage your success will now see the consequences of their actions.
The archangels are enforcing divine justice, ensuring that no weapon formed against you will prosper. As they stand guard over you, they ensure that no harm will come to you, and the very forces your enemies unleashed will now turn against them. The protection you've received is active, intentional, and it is reflecting back on those who meant to harm you. In this season of divine elevation, as the archangels are assigned to protect and guide you, you will start to witness their powerful influence in every aspect of your life. Their involvement is not just passive, it is an active force that directly shapes your journey and prepares you for the greatness God has designed for you. These mighty beings, known for their immense power and wisdom, are no longer distant or hidden. They are fully engaged, working tirelessly on your behalf, ensuring that your path is aligned with God's will and divine purpose. Archangel Michael, with his warrior spirit, stands as your defender. He has been assigned to guard your energy field from spiritual attacks and negative influences. You might have felt at times that things were pressing against you, or that the weight of life's battles was too much to bear. But the reality is that Archangel Michael has been fighting for you. Every spiritual attack meant to bring you down or cause you harm has been neutralized before it reached you. Michael has been standing at the gates, protecting your spirit, your heart, and your soul from anything that could disrupt the work God is doing within you. He has been with you in moments of fear, in moments of doubt, and in moments of temptation, ensuring that the attacks from the enemy have no power to consume you. Raphael, the angel of healing, has been working tirelessly to heal you emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You may not have even realized the depth of healing that has been taking place, but through Raphael's efforts, your wounds are being restored and your spirit is being renewed. Emotional burdens that you have carried, things from your past that have tried to weigh you down, and physical ailments that have tried to hold you back, are now being addressed by Raphael's healing touch. His divine energy is allowing you to experience a restoration of peace within, bringing your soul back into alignment with the full potential God has placed inside you. Every scar you've accumulated throughout your life is now being healed, and the healing process is not just about repairing what was broken. It's about making you whole so you can step into your divine purpose with confidence and clarity. Gabriel, the messenger angel, is providing the clarity you need to walk in alignment with God's plan for your life. Gabriel is not just delivering messages to you from God, he is also helping you discern divine guidance. Have you felt a shift in your ability to hear God's voice more clearly? This is Gabriel at work, bringing understanding to your purpose and helping you navigate the path set before you. Gabriel's clarity ensures that you won't be lost in the noise of the world. The confusion that once clouded your decision-making is dissipating, and the divine guidance you've been waiting for is coming through with ease. Gabriel is helping you make wise decisions, recognize opportunities, and avoid the snares set before you. Every divine whisper is now becoming a loud, unmistakable call to action, directing you exactly where you need to go. Uriel, the angel of wisdom, is teaching you how to see beyond the surface. You may have noticed that your understanding of situations, people, and circumstances has deepened in ways you never expected. Uriel's influence has sharpened your spiritual discernment. You are no longer relying on your natural senses alone, but you are learning to perceive things from a higher divine perspective. Uriel is guiding you with insight into your life's path, enabling you to avoid pitfalls and traps that may have once ensnared you. This angelic wisdom is teaching you how to live in alignment with your highest self, guiding your decisions and ensuring that you are living in harmony with God's will. With Uriel's wisdom, you are no longer walking in the dark, but you are seeing the path ahead clearly, with understanding that surpasses human knowledge.
As these archangels work together on your behalf, you are experiencing a divine shift in every area of your life. Their protection is active, and it has a ripple effect that will not only keep you safe, but will also reflect back any negativity or harm intended for you. Every plan that your enemies have set against you is now being neutralized. And it's not just that these attacks are being stopped, they are being sent back to their origin with increased intensity. The divine justice being enforced by the archangels is not a passive response. It is a direct counteraction to every negative force that has ever tried to hinder you. As the forces of heaven actively guard you, they will also ensure that your enemies face the consequences of their actions, as their attempts to harm you will only be turned back to them. The mirror protocol is now in effect, and every criticism, every judgment, every attack made against you will be reflected back with intensified energy. What they meant for your harm will now work against them. Their lies will become their own curse. Their attacks will boomerang back to them, and their malice will be their undoing. You may not see this immediately, but trust that this divine retribution is taking place in ways that transcend the natural world. It's happening in the spiritual realm, where justice is swift and true, ensuring that those who sought to destroy you will have to face the consequences of their malicious intent. This process of reflection is not just about bringing your enemies to justice. It's about ensuring that you are protected and that God's will continues to unfold in your life without obstruction. The divine protection you are receiving right now is the result of your alignment with God's plan, and nothing in the world can stop it. The archangels are ensuring that you are shielded from harm and guided toward your destiny, preparing you to walk in the fullness of your divine purpose with authority and clarity. Their work is not finished. It is ongoing, actively protecting you, shaping your future, and reinforcing your spiritual armor so that nothing can touch you. The difficulties and struggles you faced have not been in vain. The trials you endured were not signs of abandonment, but were divinely orchestrated for your refinement and strengthening. Each trial was an opportunity for God to shape your character, build your spiritual resilience, and prepare you for the greater purpose ahead. What felt like delays or setbacks were actually the tools God used to refine you. You were being trained in the fire, not to be destroyed, but to be prepared for what God has in store for you. You have been tested in the fires of adversity, and as a result, your faith has been strengthened. The pressures you've endured have purified your spirit, molding you into someone who can now stand tall, not just in the face of challenges, but with divine strength. Each challenge you faced served as a stepping stone, shaping you for the role you are about to step into. The difficulties were not meant to break you. They were meant to fortify you, making you ready for the next phase of your journey. The trials that once seemed like obstacles have been transformed into tools that have been used to build your spiritual muscle and deepen your connection with God. As you step into your divine calling, you will now see that the very things that once weighed you down were the things that prepared you for this moment. Your character, resilience, and faith have all been refined in the furnace of life's difficulties. And now you are stepping into your destiny with the strength, wisdom, and courage that comes from having been shaped by divine preparation. This is not just about surviving. It's about rising. The refining process has positioned you to step forward with clarity, confidence, and the authority needed to fulfill the great purpose God has for you. You are no longer the person you were when you entered the fire. You are a person transformed, strengthened, and ready to carry out your divine mission. As you continue on this path of divine revelation, you may find that your journey is not just a process of survival, but a testament to the strength that has been cultivated in you through the challenges you've faced. Each trial, each moment of pressure, and each moment of doubt has been an opportunity for God to refine you, shaping you into someone who not only stands firm in the face of adversity, but rises above it with divine strength and purpose. Your experiences were never meant to crush you, but to prepare you,
to equip you with everything you would need to walk into your destiny and fulfill the calling placed on your life. The fire of refinement has forged in you a resilience that cannot be broken. The struggles that once seemed insurmountable have become the very things that empower you. The hardships you faced, the betrayal, the rejection, and the overwhelming obstacles were all part of the divine process to shape your character and strengthen your spirit. You have emerged from this season stronger, wiser, and with a deeper connection to your purpose. Where others may have faltered, you stood, not because you were immune to pain, but because you had been trained by it. The refining process is not something that can be bypassed or skipped. It is a crucial part of the preparation for your divine purpose. Think of it like a blacksmith forging a sword. Only through intense heat, pressure, and time does the metal become strong enough to withstand any battle. Similarly, you have been forged through life's difficulties, and now you are ready to step into the next phase of your journey, armed with the wisdom, strength, and resilience that have been built in the fire. Now that you are stepping into the fullness of your calling, you will begin to see the profound purpose behind everything you've experienced. What once seemed like delays and setbacks were actually divine appointments meant to prepare you for this moment. You may have wondered why things didn't happen on your timeline, why opportunities seemed to slip through your fingers, or why it felt like you were stuck in a season of waiting. But the truth is that those seasons were necessary. They were not signs of failure, but rather markers of your growth and preparation. God's timing is perfect, and He was using every moment to shape you for what is to come. Your character has been molded in the fire of life's struggles, and now you are stepping into your destiny with the confidence and clarity that comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. The person you were when you first entered the fire is no longer who you are now. You have been transformed. And with that transformation comes a divine authority to walk into the purpose that God has called you to fulfill. This is not just about enduring the trials you faced. It is about rising in the power and authority that has been forged within you through those very trials. The weight you carried in the past was not meant to crush you, but to prepare you for the weight of glory that you will now carry. You are stepping into a new season where your authority, clarity, and confidence will be evident to those around you. They will see the transformation in you and know that you have been prepared for something greater. God is not done with you yet. The fire has refined you, and now you are ready to step forward into the calling and the purpose that has been waiting for you. Your mission is not just a task to be completed. It is a divine assignment that will bring about change, transformation, and impact. You have been equipped for this moment, and you are now walking in the fullness of what God has prepared for you. The difficulties you faced in the past were not signs of abandonment or failure. They were the very things that God used to shape you into the person you were meant to be. The struggles you encountered were the tools He used to build your strength, your resilience, and your connection to Him. Now, as you step into your divine calling, you can look back on those trials with gratitude, knowing that they were necessary steps on the journey to fulfilling the purpose that God has placed on your life. You are no longer just surviving, you are rising. The refining process has equipped you with everything you need to walk boldly and confidently into your divine purpose. You have been shaped, strengthened, and transformed through the fire. And now you are ready to step forward with clarity, confidence, and the divine authority to fulfill the mission God has prepared for you. This is your moment of elevation. The waiting, the struggles, the setbacks, all of it has been leading to this point. You have been prepared, and now you are ready to step into the fullness of what God has been preparing you for. The fire has done its work. You are no longer the person you were when you entered it. You are a person transformed, equipped with the strength, wisdom, and resilience needed to carry out your divine mission. So, step forward with confidence and clarity. Your time has come. You have been prepared, and now it's time to walk boldly into the purpose God has set before you.
Rise in the authority that has been birthed in you through the trials and difficulties you faced. This is not just about survival. It is about ascending into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. You are no longer just enduring. You are rising in divine power, ready to step into the purpose that has been set aside for you. Your journey has just begun, and the world will see the fruit of your preparation and refinement. For many of you, the past season has been one of endurance, surviving the storms, the trials, the hardships, and the challenges that life has thrown your way. There were days when it felt like you were merely getting by, hanging on, trying to keep your head above water. It wasn't that you lacked hope or faith, but rather that life had thrown so many obstacles in your path that you couldn't see how you could possibly overcome them. The battle was real. You fought to maintain your strength, your peace, and your hope. But now, something is shifting. You are moving from a season of survival to one of thriving. This shift is not just about you enduring hardship. It's about you stepping into the fullness of your divine purpose and destiny. What once felt like a heavy burden, something you were simply trying to survive, is now becoming the very thing that propels you into the life you were always meant to live. The struggles you've faced are no longer just obstacles. They are stepping stones that have shaped you and prepared you for the breakthrough that is now unfolding. This season of transition is about aligning yourself with God's plan for your life. It's about recognizing that the difficulties you faced were never meant to destroy you, but to refine and shape you for the divine purpose ahead. The moment you stop just surviving and start thriving is the moment you realize that the trials you went through have served a higher purpose. Now, you are moving from simply making it through to fully stepping into the plans that God has for you. Plans filled with purpose, opportunity, and elevation. You will begin to see doors open that you once thought were permanently closed. What seemed impossible before will now feel achievable. And what once held you back will no longer have the power to do so. This is the moment when your life begins to reflect the glory and power that God has been working in you during the hardest seasons of your journey. As you shift from surviving to thriving, you'll begin to see things in your life aligning in ways that were previously unimaginable. The doors that once seemed firmly closed will now begin to open, and the opportunities that you thought were reserved for others will come knocking on your door. What once felt like an uphill battle will now feel like a path that is being laid out for you, one that you are ready to walk with confidence and clarity. The transition from survival to thriving doesn't mean that challenges will disappear. It doesn't mean that you won't face difficulties or moments of hardship again. What it means, however, is that you are no longer living in a state of constant struggle.
You are now stepping into a place of divine alignment, where God's plan for your life begins to unfold in full view. The struggles you once faced will no longer feel like obstacles to your progress. Instead, they will become markers of how far you have come, how much you have learned, and how deeply you have grown. You have been through the fire, and now you are emerging with the clarity and strength that only those who have endured can possess. You have faced the hardest parts of your journey, and now you are stepping into the fullness of your calling. God has been working behind the scenes, even when you couldn't see it. Every moment of pain, every tear you've shed, and every moment when you thought you could go no further has been part of the divine preparation that has led you here. This shift is not just about external circumstances changing. It's about an internal transformation that will allow you to see the world through a new lens. You will begin to recognize that what once felt like burdens were actually blessings in disguise. What once seemed like roadblocks were actually detours leading you to the perfect path. You were not being held back. You were being prepared for the incredible purpose that was always destined for you. The trials you faced were not random. They were part of a divine orchestration that has been working in your favor from the beginning. God has been shaping you through every hardship, refining your character, and strengthening your resolve. Each challenge you faced served as a building block, preparing you for the destiny that now awaits. And as you step into this new season, you will feel the weight of those struggles being lifted, replaced by a sense of purpose and clarity that will propel you forward. This is the moment where you are no longer just surviving, you are thriving. You are walking into the life that God has always had planned for you.
The dreams you've had, the visions you've held in your heart, the desires you've whispered in prayer, they are all coming into alignment now. You will begin to see those dreams take shape in ways you never expected, and the purpose you have been working toward will finally come to fruition. As you step into this new season, you will feel a shift in your spirit. There will be a sense of freedom that comes from no longer feeling weighed down by the burdens of the past. You will find yourself walking in confidence, knowing that everything you have been through has led you to this point. You are no longer the person you were when you entered the fire. You are now a person who has been refined, strengthened, and prepared for what's next. The moment you embrace this shift, this transition from survival to thriving, you will begin to see the world around you change. The opportunities that were once just out of reach will now be within your grasp. You will step into relationships, opportunities, and experiences that align with your divine purpose. And as you do, you will find yourself walking with a newfound sense of authority, clarity, and peace. This shift is not just about external success, it's about stepping into the fullness of your identity. You are no longer defined by the hardships you've faced or the struggles you've endured. You are now defined by the strength, wisdom, and resilience you have developed through those experiences. You are stepping into the life that God has always intended for you. And with that comes a sense of peace, fulfillment, and purpose. So, as you move forward into this new season, remember that you are not just surviving anymore, you are thriving. You are walking into your purpose with clarity and confidence, knowing that every trial you faced has shaped you into the person you are meant to be. The best is yet to come, and you are now positioned to walk into it with the strength, wisdom, and power that only those who have endured can possess. This is your time. This is your moment. You have been prepared for such a time as this, and now it's time to walk boldly into the fullness of your divine destiny. The shift is here, and it's time for you to step into the life you were always meant to live. You are no longer just surviving. You are thriving, and nothing can stop you from walking in the fullness of what God has for you. As you shift from surviving to thriving, it's important to understand the role that your character has played in this process. The challenges you faced weren't just about endurance or physical survival. They were about the refining of your character. Every difficulty, every setback, and every trial was designed to build resilience, strengthen your faith, and align you with God's will for your life. Think about the times when it seemed like everything was working against you. Maybe you felt rejected, betrayed, or misunderstood. Maybe you faced moments of doubt, confusion, or loneliness. In those times, you could have chosen to give up, to grow bitter, or to take matters into your own hands. But you didn't. You chose to stand firm, to trust God even when you couldn't see the way forward. You chose to hold on to your integrity, to trust that God was with you, and to remain faithful to the calling He had placed on your life. These moments were the tests that shaped your character. Your character has been forged in the fire of your trials. You have been tested in ways that few others will ever understand, and it's through these tests that you have become the person you are today. God has built a foundation in you that cannot be shaken. The endurance you've developed, the patience you've learned, and the strength you've gained are the result of these character-building tests. And now, as you step into this new season, you will see that the character God has built in you is the very thing that will support your success. The resilience you've developed, the ability to persevere through trials, and the faithfulness you've demonstrated will be key to navigating the next phase of your journey. Your character will continue to carry you as you walk into the fullness of God's purpose for your life. You are not just surviving, you are walking in divine strength and character, ready to face whatever challenges come your way with wisdom, grace, and unwavering faith. As you enter this new season, it's important to remember that your character has been built for this very moment. The trials and difficulties you faced were not just obstacles. They were opportunities for God to refine you, shaping you into the person He has always intended you to be.
The strength, wisdom, and resilience you have gained are not just tools for surviving. They are the foundation for thriving in your divine purpose. The beauty of this process is that God doesn't simply want you to survive. He wants you to thrive. He doesn't want you to just get through the challenges unscathed. He wants you to come out stronger, more equipped, and more aligned with His will than ever before. Every hardship you faced, every setback you've encountered, has been an opportunity for God to show you your own strength and to remind you of His presence in your life. Each challenge was a stepping stone to something greater, something far more fulfilling than mere survival. When you look back on the trials that once felt overwhelming, you will see them for what they truly were, tools of transformation. They were part of the divine process that God used to help you shed the parts of yourself that were holding you back and to step into the fullness of your purpose.
The difficult moments in your life were not mistakes or signs of God's absence. They were opportunities for you to build character, to develop resilience, and to align yourself with the divine calling that has always been placed on your life. Now that you are stepping into a new season of thriving, you will find that your character has been strengthened in ways that will support your success. You've learned to trust God even when things didn't make sense. You've learned to stand firm when everything around you seemed to be falling apart. You've learned to hold on to your integrity when it would have been easier to compromise. You've learned the power of patience, of perseverance, and of unwavering faith in God's timing. These lessons are not just for the past, they are for your future. They are the foundation upon which you will build the life God has prepared for you. As you continue on your journey, you will find that your character will be the anchor that keeps you grounded when the winds of adversity try to blow you off course. It will be your strength when you face new challenges, your wisdom when you encounter obstacles, and your faith when you need to trust God for the next step. You are walking into this new season with a strength that has been built over time. The challenges you faced were not wasted. They were investments in your growth, in your character, and in your divine purpose. As you walk forward, remember that you are not just surviving, you are thriving. You are walking into the fullness of God's plan for your life, and the character you have developed will be the thing that sustains you as you continue to rise. This season is not just about your personal growth. It is also about how your growth will impact those around you. The resilience, strength, and wisdom you have gained will be a source of inspiration and encouragement to others. You are now in a position to not only walk into your own divine purpose, but to help others walk into theirs as well. Your character has been built not only for your own success, but for the success of those who will look to you for guidance, support, and encouragement. As you continue to thrive, you will see that your influence grows, and with that influence comes a greater responsibility to walk in humility and integrity. The strength you have gained is not just for personal gain. It is for the advancement of God's kingdom. You have been prepared for a time such as this, and your character will be the key to fulfilling the divine calling on your life. Embrace this new season with confidence, knowing that you have been refined, tested, and equipped for what lies ahead. You are not just a survivor. You are a thriving chosen one, fully aligned with God's purpose and ready to walk boldly into the next chapter of your journey. Your character has been shaped through trials, and now it is time for you to step into your destiny with strength, wisdom, and divine favor. So, as you continue forward, remember that the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the character you've built are all part of God's perfect plan for your life. This is your time to thrive, to walk confidently in your purpose, and to show the world the power of a life that has been shaped by divine protection, refinement, and love. You are ready, you are equipped, and you are walking in divine alignment. This is just the beginning. As you shift from survival to thriving, and as you continue to build your character, you will begin to experience a rapid acceleration of purpose. What once felt like delays or resistance is now being cleared out, and divine opportunities are beginning to align in ways you never imagined. The doors that were once closed are now opening, and what seemed impossible is becoming not only possible,
but inevitable. This acceleration is not random. It is the culmination of everything you've gone through, the trials, the tests, the character-building moments. The time you spent in waiting, in silence, and in the quiet process of refinement has been preparing you for this very moment. Now, God is releasing the fullness of His purpose for your life, and you are walking in a season of breakthrough and clarity. No longer will you feel stuck, confused, or unsure about your next steps. The divine alignment that has been happening behind the scenes is now becoming evident. As you step into this new season, you will begin to see things fall into place in miraculous ways. What once felt like resistance is now turning into a clear path forward. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach are now coming to you effortlessly, and the dreams you've held in your heart are beginning to take shape. This acceleration is not just about moving faster. It's about moving in perfect alignment with God's plan for your life. The doors that are opening are not just opportunities. They are divine assignments. The breakthroughs you are experiencing are not just for your personal gain. They are for the fulfillment of your divine mission. God is accelerating your purpose, and as you step into the fullness of your calling, you will see how everything in your life has been leading you to this very moment. This is the time to step forward boldly. The obstacles that once stood in your way are now being removed, and God is giving you the clarity, the vision, and the courage you need to walk into the future He has prepared for you. What once felt delayed, or as though you were wandering aimlessly, is now becoming clear and purposeful.
You are entering a season of unprecedented movement and breakthrough. The acceleration of your purpose is here, and it's time to embrace the divine momentum that is propelling you into your destiny. As you embrace this acceleration, you will notice a profound shift not only in your circumstances, but also in your spirit. The divine momentum propelling you forward is not just about external opportunities. It is a deep internal shift in how you see yourself and the world around you. Your vision is clearer now than ever before. The uncertainty that once clouded your path has lifted, and you can now see the steps ahead of you with divine clarity. This newfound clarity is a direct result of everything you've endured. Every trial, every struggle, and every setback has refined you, shaping you into a person capable of handling the blessings and responsibilities that are about to unfold. You are now walking with the strength, wisdom, and resilience that only those who have passed through the fire can possess. Your spiritual muscles have been developed, and now you are ready to stand in the fullness of your calling. The acceleration is not just a fast-forward motion. It is a divine alignment of timing, relationships, resources, and opportunities. Everything is coming together, piece by piece, to create a path that is uniquely yours. You may find yourself meeting the right people at the right time, discovering new opportunities that perfectly align with your skills and passion, and feeling an internal peace as everything falls into place. This is the manifestation of divine alignment. The purpose God placed in you is beginning to unfold in tangible, unmistakable ways. What was once delayed is now being expedited. The doors that seemed to be permanently closed are swinging wide open, and what once felt like a struggle is now flowing with ease. This is not just about opportunities appearing. It's about God's favor moving in your life in such a way that obstacles are removed and divine connections are established. You are stepping into a season where your efforts are magnified by God's favor. What once felt like hard work is now becoming effortless, and the weight that once held you back is now lifting, allowing you to soar forward. In this season of acceleration, your confidence will grow as you begin to see the fruits of your labor. The work you have put in, the lessons you have learned, and the perseverance you have shown are now paying off. God is honoring your faithfulness, your resilience, and your trust in His timing. As you begin to move forward, you will feel an undeniable sense of purpose and direction, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be at this moment in time. This is not a time to hold back or hesitate. The acceleration is here, and it is your moment to step fully into the destiny God has prepared for you. Embrace this season with boldness and confidence, knowing that everything you've experienced has been preparing you for this moment. The path ahead is clear, and the doors that were once closed are now open wide, waiting for you to walk through them. Your purpose is not just about personal fulfillment. It is about fulfilling the divine mission God has placed on your life. You are here for a reason, and every step you take in this new season will be guided by His hand. Trust that the acceleration you are experiencing is part of a divine plan that is much bigger than you can fully comprehend. You are not walking this journey alone. God is with you every step of the way, and the archangels who have been assigned to you are guiding and protecting you as you move forward. As you step into this new season of acceleration, be mindful of the responsibility that comes with it.
The purpose you are walking into is not just for your own gain. It is for the benefit of others. Your calling is to lead, to inspire, and to serve others in ways that will bring glory to God's kingdom. The acceleration is a preparation for greater things, not just for you, but for those who will be impacted by your life and your obedience to God's plan. Embrace the momentum with humility, gratitude, and a deep sense of purpose. The time for hesitation is over, and the time for action is now. You are stepping into the fullness of what God has designed for you, and everything is aligning to make this moment possible. Your future is unfolding, and the path ahead is filled with divine opportunities that are waiting for you to seize them. Trust in God's timing, embrace His favor, and step boldly into the destiny that awaits you. The acceleration has begun, and you are ready to walk into your divine purpose with clarity, confidence, and divine favor. As the chosen ones step into the fullness of their calling, a deep transformation takes place. This is no longer a time of uncertainty or waiting. It is a time of activation. The moment has come when everything that has been hidden, tested, and refined in silence is now coming to fruition. The struggles, the moments of doubt, and the times of hardship have not been in vain. These were all necessary steps in God's divine plan, shaping you into the person you are today. Now, you are stepping into your divine authority, your true purpose, with clarity and confidence like never before. You may not have always recognized it, but every step you took, every challenge you faced, and every trial you endured has been preparing you for this moment. You've gone through seasons of being overlooked, misunderstood, or even rejected, but that was part of the process of being shaped for what you're about to step into. What once felt like confusion or frustration is now being revealed as the very preparation that God ordained to elevate you. You are not just stepping into your calling, but you are doing so with the strength, resilience, and wisdom that comes from having been tested in the fire. This is the moment when your divine purpose is no longer something you wonder about or dream of. It is something you walk in, with full awareness of the authority and power that comes with it. As you step into this new season, know that heaven's favor is fully upon you. God's timing is perfect, and everything that has happened up until now has led you to this divine moment. The delay, the waiting, the times when it felt like nothing was moving, those were the moments that allowed God to align everything perfectly. What once felt like unanswered prayers, like dreams slipping away, is now turning into divine manifestation. Heaven's timing is never wrong, and what was once hidden is now being revealed. The doors that were closed are now opening wide, and everything that seemed like a setback is now becoming a setup for your divine elevation. There was a time when you may have wondered why things weren't happening on your timeline. You may have questioned why the blessings seemed delayed, or why the promises of God were taking so long to manifest. But now, you are beginning to see that it was all part of a much bigger plan. The waiting, the silence, and the struggles were never in vain. They were the tools God used to refine you, shape your character, and prepare you for the responsibility that comes with stepping into your purpose. Now that you're entering the fullness of your calling, you can look back and see how every delay, every trial, and every challenge has been perfectly timed to lead you to this moment. God's favor is now visible in your life, and you can walk forward with full confidence, knowing that you are aligned with His perfect plan. The struggles that once seemed insurmountable, the hardships that almost broke you, have now become stepping stones that have elevated you. Each trial was not meant to destroy you, but to build you. You may have felt that the weight of your burdens was too much to bear, but in reality, each struggle was strengthening you for the purpose you are now about to fulfill. The very obstacles that once blocked your path are now the platforms on which you stand, ready to step into your divine calling. You are not the same person you were when you first encountered those struggles. You have been transformed, refined, and prepared to walk in the fullness of your purpose. What once felt like a fight to survive is now being revealed as a victory, because you were not just surviving, you were being shaped, empowered, and elevated by God. Each moment of pain, doubt, and fear was not wasted. It was used to form you into the person you need to be in order to carry the weight of your divine purpose.
Now you are stepping forward with the authority and clarity needed to fulfill the mission God has placed on your life. The struggles that once seemed like obstacles are now your testimony of God's faithfulness, strength, and power in your life. As you enter this new season of your life, be encouraged by the fact that what you have endured has positioned you for this moment. You are no longer the person who felt lost or broken. You are now the person who has been refined and elevated, ready to walk in the authority and favor of God. The struggles that once weighed you down have now become the very foundation for your rise. This is the season of elevation, where the challenges you faced are no longer just memories of hardship, but powerful testimonies of God's faithfulness. With every step you take in this new season, remember that the struggle was never the end. It was the preparation for something greater. You are stepping into a divine assignment, one that has been prepared for you long before you even realized it. The favor and timing of God are now fully aligned in your life, and as you walk in the fullness of your calling, you will see how every hardship, every trial, and every delay has been used to prepare you for the weight of the glory that is now being revealed. Walk forward with boldness and confidence, knowing that the season of struggle has passed and the season of elevation is here. You have been prepared for this moment, and now you will see the fruits of your faithfulness and perseverance. A time of rebirth is upon you, chosen one. After seasons of silence, isolation, and trial, you are emerging into a new chapter, stepping into the fullness of what you were always meant to carry. The struggles, the delays, and the times of waiting have not been in vain. They were necessary steps in your divine preparation. In those quiet, seemingly uneventful moments, God was shaping you, refining your character, and aligning your heart with His perfect purpose for your life. The isolation you experienced was not rejection. It was divine protection, ensuring you were not distracted or derailed by the noise of the world. You were being prepared to carry the weight of your calling, and now you are stepping into it with clarity and confidence. As you emerge from this season, you are no longer bound by the limitations of the past. The pain, the doubts, the fears, and the struggles that once seemed overwhelming no longer define you. You are walking in divine purpose, no longer held back by the chains of your former self. You are walking in the authority and clarity that comes with divine alignment. Your steps are now guided by a higher purpose, one that is aligned with God's will for your life. Every decision you make, every move you take, is now infused with heavenly wisdom and guidance. The cloud of confusion that once overshadowed you is lifting, and you are stepping into the light of God's truth and purpose. Now, the final doors are opening. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach are now being made available to you. The timing of your life is perfect, and everything that has happened up until now has positioned you for this moment. But this moment is not just for you. It's for the people and the world around you. You have been called not only to fulfill your own purpose, but to serve others, to bring change and transformation to the world. As you rise and step into your calling, you will be a vessel of change, bringing hope, healing, and restoration wherever you go. Your divine purpose is not only about your own growth and fulfillment, it's about impacting those around you, touching lives, and making a difference in the world. This is the time for you to rise, to step forward in faith, and to embrace the fullness of what God has called you to do. The doors are open, and the opportunities are ready. Step into them with confidence, knowing that you are not walking alone. God's hand is with you, guiding you every step of the way. The world is waiting for you to rise, and as you do, you will bring change, light, and transformation to every place you go.